ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dream Review MariGold. I am your co-host Under C. Right over here, it's the dreamy princess herself. It's Melba. How you doing, Melba?
I am doing great, Andre. I can move my arm.
So
This
can
is a good
I.
thing. Shut up. Shut up. You and your non-brokenness. I
Are we
can
the
move.
bushwhackers now? We just lift our arms?
No. Oh my God, we are unhinged here at Andre and Melwell's, and we are okay with that. I can move my arm without pain. I am feeling good today. I did a light shoulder workout because I'm not allowed to do anything heavy yet. Yet. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm alive. I spent the last 2 days outside in the heat, just dying, and now I had a day off today, so I'm happy. As we recorded this Wednesday, and I had a day off today, so
I
yeah.
mean, doing wonders for your tan, though, I'm sure.
I was very red by the end of the day. Even though I was wearing sunscreen, I was still very red. Even though I had a hat on and all that other shit, I was very red.
I mean, our son, whatever it is, she's angry, I guess, about something, and for whatever reason, we need to be on the receiving end of whatever anger she be having. You know how it is with us women.
Yeah.
Doesn't even try.
Yeah, I'm just
Andre.
agreeing. It's easier just to agree.
See, you're learning.
Yes, I learned. But we're not here to talk about the Earth. We're here to talk about some professional wrestling from Dream Star Fighting MariGold. And we're going to talk to the July 6th edition of MariGold, which 5-match card was only about, what, an hour and 40-minute card? I think a card was longer. You could see obvious cuts in the video after spots, like a couple times between matches. I could see it cut for a second, then the crowd, like people in the crowd, would just kind of shift a little bit, and then it would cut back to the next match. So the event probably went about 2 hours with stuff, whatever happened in between matches. But Koji's not letting you hear. Doesn't want you to hear me.
I mean, he just loves to be in control, don't you? And you just had to come up here. Now you're like, now it's hot. Choices were made.
That's what happens, Koji. That's what happens when you make choices. Never make choices.
Never make choices. Let other people make the choices for you. Oh gosh, yeah, you're hot. Get off. Holy heckin' crap. Oh, Andre, let's get into it because this show was great. But yeah, sorry, Kate. Yeah, I did notice that there was some breaks as well. I kind of feel that was a little merciful though. Just because sometimes when we get these like long little breaks in between matches and stuff, it can get a little boring. What I do like about Wrestle Universe though is that they do have that little 10-second forward, 10-second back thing, and also chapters. I like that.
It is great.
I like that. Yeah, because they're not in the same organization with Stardom where they do like the big match card at the beginning and then kind of throughout the show. Like they don't have that kind of production going on. But because the chapters are there, it still enables you to be able to like go down there, see who's fighting right now. Because there was a couple times where I was like, who is this again? What is this person's name? So it was easy for me to just hop on there and doopity doop 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 down the shit that I need.
The dippity doo da.
D-Bri, dippity doo da day. He is not on the show.
Let's get into it. Let's talk some Stardom. Before I do that, I want to thank each and every one of you. We really do appreciate you joining us here on Andre Milbar Wrestling Talk, our Backbreaker video. Thank you for watching the videos. We do appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us out to all your friends, family, and just other crazy people in this world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello. And shout out to our friends over. And shout out to our friends at BAM Weekly, Boris and Matt. Thank you so much for supporting us. Our audio will be shifting over to to BAM Weekly in the coming soon era, in whatever if BAM Weekly is going to remain that name or change to a new one. Our audio will be for our Japanese wrestling content will be going there. So just stay tuned for our announcement on when that will be happening.
Yes.
But it's time to get into it. We're gonna talk some MariGold. Oh, that is way too big, and we are way too small. It's better. We're more visual that way.
My head is too big and my arms are too little.
Man, my arms are always too little. I have short arms. It's messed up.
It's a French thing.
I don't like it.
I don't either. I'm French.
I'm also English, Irish, and Scottish. So what the hell?
Same. We are the whitest McWhitersons on the history of whiting. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. We are the Triforce of white.
So we start out this show, the June 6th edition of MariGold. We kick it off with Komomo Minami versus Momoka Hanazono. I want to say Hanazana, but
it is July, sir.
Whatever. July 6th edition. Man, why do I keep saying June for July?
I don't know.
Something I literally have things written down when I did my notes that it was June 6th, but I'm like, no, this is July 6th. What the heck? I saved it as June 6th.
You did this last month too.
I guess I hate July. I don't know what it is.
You know what, man? I think it is that you are just working too hard. You're working too hard, so you're just mentally a month behind.
Yeah, I'm still stuck in June. Or maybe it's just I hate July so much because I want August to get here. So that means because it's my birthday in August. So that's why I just hate July that much. Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair.
After Melba month is over, I want Andre month to be here.
We need a break to prepare for Andre month.
Oh, it's going to be hell. Yeah. So the first match of the show was Momoka Hanazono versus Komomo Minami. This was very much the Toriano match of the show. Am I right? Yeah, because Hanazono is very much a Yano. We have,
just more talented, I would say. I do enjoy her in-ring work a lot more, and like when she turns it on, I do really enjoy it. Like when she turns it on, it's like she's not Yano. It's like she's a different person. But for the most part, her goofiness definitely makes her Yano.
Yeah, and she was in Stardom for a little while. We saw her in Stardom a few times over and playing with her flowers and her bubble machine and all that stuff there. So yeah, so she does get the bubble machine out in this match where she's got the ref she has it behind her back while she's holding it behind her back, shooting bubbles into the face of Minami, and you just see Minami just swatting at the air in front of her, trying to get rid of the bubbles. It was so good.
Yeah,
good.
She also did that to somebody on the outside who was trying to hand her water.
Oh yeah,
spraying the bubbles in her face too, and I was just like, "That's just rude."
They're being nice to you.
Yeah, she's giving you something. How rude.
There's a goofy spot where Hanazono goes like, "Look over there," and then she pokes Minami in the eyes, gets a small package for two. Then Minami does her own version of the look over there and pulls a small package of her own. Again, I love that little comedy. Then Hanazono does this fake cry and attacks Minami, but then Minami does the same thing. But it's she's just it's not even when Hanazono did it, Minami was right on her, and then Minami just in the middle of the ring with Hanazono on the ropes, just goes, just drops to her knees and starts crying. It was and then but Hanazono just kicks her in the head anyways.
Try to beat a girl at her own game. Of course she's gonna be like, no, bitch stole my look. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, continues her.
Yeah. Great corner drop kick into this float over DDT by Minami at one point. She's rolled over the back and Hanazono's been over, just rolled over her back into this DDT. It looked really good. I liked it. She gets a 2 out of that. Hanazono comes back with a straight right, just dropping Minami, but misses the stomp off the top. And then Minami getting repeated roll-ups. They go into a series where they're trading roll-ups, and Hanazono gets a victory roll for the win.
And she really locked up those legs of Minami, crossing them over, pulling them down. Is that like a jackknife kind of pin, or?
Sort of like a jackknife, the victory roll. I'm not exactly sure, but again, yeah, she really like she had the legs all twisted up when in holding it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like a figure four kind of leg thing.
Mhm.
Like the one knee was twisted over and she was just hanging on to the other one, so she couldn't get a full power kick out on this one. I love Hanazono though, despite the Yano
Mm.
um comparison. And everyone knows, you know from Puroresu review. I mean, Yano is not my favorite, although he has become for me a very respectable member in NJPW because I recognize and appreciate what it is that he does and what
Mhm.
his style of wrestling does for the flow of the show. Hanazono, though, she's a very different-esque character in that she is adorable. She's sitting there just like this picture, just with this adorable smile on her face. But she almost kind of comes off to me as a bit of like a Harley Quinn character because
Mhm.
she's sitting there adorable. But like as we saw with the bubbles and stuff like that, she wouldn't consider a full face. I would actually consider her a neutral personality who has a tendency to kind of deviate to either a heel side or a face side.
Mm.
Um, where like again with the bubbles and stuff like that. So I also find her very comparable to Natsupoi in that she might be tiny, but frick is she mighty.
Mm.
And I found her to be, despite smiling and doing everything, I found her to be adorably brutal
Mm.
in this match with Minami, where like I felt that she at one point just put her through a circuit, was just really kicking the crap out of Minami, just showing the experience difference. I think that's what this match for me really did show off is how good and experienced and just veteran in the ring Hanazono is. And then Minami keeping up with her really, really well. There was a couple missteps on her part where there was a few moves that she didn't quite float over all the way for, and it kind of messed up the next kind of series of sequences, but she kept up with her otherwise really, really good. And this really set up the crowd for the rest of the show because the crowd was absolutely lit
Mhm.
for this match. Yes, I really enjoyed it. Great opener, great show off. And I love the outfit of Minami. Just have to also point out it's very professional looking. It
Mhm.
reminded me of Xena, that black and gold accent kind
Mhm.
of gear. And yeah, it looks so good on her. So good. Great
Yeah.
opener.
So we move on. Second match of the show. So I skipped over that. Zayda Steel and Victoria versus Victoria Yuzuki. Again, I'm a big fan of Zayda Steel. I think she's done a great
Mhm,
job. She did a great job when she was in North America, working for MLW and others, and then just getting her to showcase her here in MariGold has been great for her. Just to work
mhm,
with different style, train with different people, like it really
mhm,
evolve her, which is great. And then Yuzuki, I feel, she's really coming out of her shell this last month and a half to like really show
mhm.
us more than what we were getting in Stardom.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the more I see her, the more I really do feel that even though she was just starting her career in
Mm,
stardom, I feel like we got a watered down version of what she was truly capable of doing in that company. And that raises a little question because she was pushed really hard when
mm,
she first hit that scene. To think that even though she was pushed so hard, we only got a fraction of what it was that she was capable of doing. My question is why? Why were we only getting that? It's a very sus to me.
I feel politics are probably involved in there with her probably being very much a Rossi person when she came in, and Rossi not being in power at that point anymore. Even though she did win the Rookie of the Year tournament,
Mhm.
I
Overhand,
feel like
uh-huh.
Pan, yeah, just certain things just didn't work to her advantage, I guess, with the new booking
No.
system. And again, they were looking to push other people, and I think she kind of fell off
Mhm,
because of it. And yeah,
mhm.
just getting to this opportunity is great. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Zayda calling for the handshake, but then pulls it away, saying calling herself the only real blonde in this company, even though Zayda's not a real blonde, as you can tell by her hair and her roots.
I don't think Myla is either.
No, but she's
No. That's not necessarily true, Andre. You can have darker roots and have naturally lighter hair. Look at mine.
yeah, but your hair's always dark.
But I wasn't originally.
Yeah, but
You've seen the pictures. I look like Shirley Temple. I used to have golden ringlets.
But not anymore. So you're not blonde.
I mean, I could go back to it and still technically say that I'm a natural because I did have it. We're not going to argue about the hair color, though. I'm not going to dispute if it's real or not. It looks great.
I just love the little joke of it, though, saying
it's
you're
hilarious.
not. I'm the only real blonde, and you can see her darker roots, and then Yuzuki's darker, and then just a little exchange. And she calls Yuzuki a loser. This is where they get into a bunch of pinfall trading.
Yeah.
Zayda ends up low bridging Yuzuki to the apron. They brawl on the apron, trading shots. Zayda hits that the MX on the apron, sending Yuzuki to the floor. She falls up with this beautiful low pay to Yuzuki on the floor. Looked great. Yuzuki scoop slams Zayda on the floor. Zayda gets her up on her shoulders, lets her chair style, and just lifts her off and slams her face first into the apron.
So good.
She like boots Yuzuki in the ropes as she's coming back into the ring and hits that rope assisted MX there. It looked really good. Yuzuki ends up picking the leg and transitions into this beautiful twister submission that I was like, oh yes, on Zayda. But Zayda fights, she gets to the ropes. Yuzuki then gets a drop kick against the bottom rope for 2. Yuzuki hits the Northern Lights bridge for 2. Zayda fights back with kicks, hits a flatliner into a crossface. But let's go. Yuzuki gets the advantage, and they end up rolling around, and Yuzuki catches her with a crucifix pin for the win. I love this. It's just a fun little match.
I love Zayda Steele's music. It just, oh, I love it. I love it. The bassy, it's kind of gangster. I kind of love it.
Yeah.
It's different than all the pippy poppy happy stuff that we typically have the girls coming out to. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I don't have you mentioned some of the big spots that I had written down here, which is good. I felt that these two flowed really, really, really well together. Like, yeah, they had an instantaneous connection as soon as they got in the ring together, and they were able to capitalize on it and give us this incredible match. You're absolutely right. Zayda has been really showing up and showing out on this tour. Super, super impressed with her. I had known a few things about her before this tour, not as much as you. And I'd also seen her on Astra Pizarro's YouTube, where she interviewed her just before heading over there. Yeah, this was so good. It was a great show off match for both these ladies. And as far as I'm concerned, they're both bloods. Settle that argument.
They both have blonde hair, don't get me wrong, but just I don't know if they're both.
I mean, Yuzuki's kind of looking a little Sailor Moon, though. I love it. Like, she's got that beautiful yellow blonde that matches her outfit so perfectly. So good. So good.
So we move on to the middle match of the show. It is a tag team match. It is Misa Matsui and Natsumi Showzuki, the reluctant tag partners who will be facing each other for the Superfly Championship on the 13th. Taking
reluctant to say the least. Holy heck.
Taking on CHIAKI and Nagisa Nozaki, who seem to flow much better together as teammates. Yeah. There's a great curb stomp early on by Nozaki to Misa in the center of the ring, where she pulls back the arms back and boots that face on the mat.
Oh, it's so cruel. What is the style in which she does in the back there? It almost looks like an Indian deathlock.
Well,
it's reversed.
It's like it's essentially the mood, like where you would set up. It's the same tie up you set for the mood lock, but facing the other direction. That's all it is. So I think it's an Indian. It might be an Indian deathlock is flipped over and you're pushing down on the knee. But yeah.
Yeah, but like the ankles are still locked and the knees are still kind of butterflied out in the same way that she does kind of set it up. It's just backwards. So I was just like, what is that? She's still learning. She can't be calling everything stupid names like Spindly Bindly and Dingle Dangle.
The Tai, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. See, even when I try to make shit up, it still sounds more terrible than the Spindly Bindly and Dingle Dangle.
That's just my ADHD brain going wow wow.
I have an ADHD brain and I can't come up with shit that good. So, jeez.
Hey, it's good. Winner.
Chicken dinner. Misa later, a little bit into the match. Misa is tripped up, and Nozaki and CHIAKI sandwich her with sandwich boots while she's in the ropes.
Yeah.
Nozaki gets in the ropes. She gets that where she pulls her leg up and does that snap down kick. Looks great. And then her and CHIAKI end up hitting a double team sandwich drop kick in the ring. Showzuki comes in. She hits a running knee in the ropes to Nozaki, and she ends up bouncing off the ropes into the double knee drop. Looked really good. Nozaki ends up hitting an eat defeat, but Showzuki comes back and scores a head kick for 2. Later in the match, Showzuki with a corner drop kick hits a corner meteor to CHIAKI. Pendulum DDT by Showzuki, and then Misa comes in with a knee in the ropes, and then that Ruaka style bottom rope cross body. Yeah,
love it.
Nozaki stops Misa up top. CHIAKI pulls her down into like a spine buster type move. CHIAKI then follows up with the KOD to Misa for 2. Showzuki comes in and goes for a kick, but ends up kicking Misa Matsui in the face. And Nozaki ends up super kicking Showzuki. Misa recovers. She goes to pin CHIAKI, but Nozaki kicks Misa in the face and allows CHIAKI to roll through to get the pin for the win.
I loved this match.
Yes.
This match was freaking off the chain. First of all, I just got to shout out Showzuki and Matsui for their the ring work was so incredible, but the story that these two were able to tell just with their subtle facial expressions and mannerisms towards each other, a perfect freaking story of reluctant partnership. We saw this recently here with Shawn Martins and Dalton Roque. Same thing, just the subtle motions, the subtlety in what was being said, how they were acting, where they would show up and actually help each other, where they ended up being a detriment to each other. A different outcome, obviously, because Martins and Rogue won their match. But Nozaki and CHIAKI, goddamn, this is a tag team that I didn't know I needed to see. These two flowed so effortlessly together. CHIAKI is already one of my favorites. It's just her attitude, her mannerisms, the fact that she's one of the few girls who has tattoos. So near and dear to my heart. But like that she is literally a younger version, I feel, of MIRAI. And you know how much I love me MIRAI. Oh, she's just I have more notes for this one than I did. Yeah, that curb stomp. There, Nozaki does machine gun chops, but she does them in such a different way. With the double, and she does not like. You would think she would tire from that because I mean most people tire from one. She did not. She was getting harder and harder each time she freaking chopped. It was freaking insane. Showzuki, I found, was on the apron a lot longer than Matsui. I feel like Matsui was in the ring a little bit longer, a little bit more frequently. Then Showzuki. So when Showzuki came in, holy heckin' shit. She came out like the bullet of a gun. She was just ping-ponging all over the place, doing everything that she could. And I was like, this is why I love this girl. Her speed is just so undeniable, unquestionable. And at no point in time did she trip up, did she slip, did she anything. It was perfection. Um there was one point where Showzuki and Matsui were trying to work together, and Showzuki was on the top rope, and she was stuck there for some reason. I can't remember how she got up there. I think it was Nozaki, sorry, who put her up there. And then let me see if I make sure that this is right. And that Matsui comes in to make the save, gets Nozaki down, and then instead of helping her partner in a nice way, she just grabs her by the hair and just yeets her into a senton onto Nozaki. And
Yep.
I was just like, right there, there's just a perfect, like, I hate you, you hate me, but we still got to work together. So you're now my weapon. It was, it was so funny to me to see that kind of combo. I don't know what was said after the match. There's a little bit of a promo going on, but there were no subtitles, so I don't really know
Mm.
what was said or what happened or what got set up after this. But I feel like in some part, CHIAKI and Nozaki were kind of bragging about how they had a connection to be able to win the match, and these two, Showzuki and Matsui, they did not. Could have been farther from it.
Yeah, and I know we still have the Twin Star Championships to come, their
Mhm.
tag team titles. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
love to see Nozaki and CHIAKI go enter as a team to see if they could win this.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Yeah, they flowed so well together. They clearly already have some kind of foundation for tagging together. Hell yeah. I would put
Yeah.
money on that team for sure.
But another team I want to see in the tag team title tournament, in the Twin Star tournament, it's Gracezilla, Bozilla, and Myla Grace taking on Nanae Takahashi and Nao Ishikawa. Man, I love they're Gracezilla to me now. I love doing these two team together. It was just so much fun because like Bozilla like lifts her up on her shoulders and they're both like
Yeah,
posing. So good.
so cute. I love it. Such a nice
Yeah.
little team camaraderie.
Oh yeah, I love it.
But then these two. Passion! I love it.
Passion Ishikawa, let's go. Uh,
Yes.
so Team Greyzilla takes the action immediately to the floor. Nane's chopping at Bozilla, and Bozilla just like will like Nane had like 3 or 4 chops, and then Bozilla would just hit her with one, dropping her and sending her flying. Myla and Nao are fighting in the back and forth on the floor. Nane and Nao whip Bozilla and Myla into each other on the floor. Things are back in the ring. Nana gets the laying sharpshooter to Myla at one point in the ring, but Myla fights and gets to the ropes. Nao gets Myla in the Boston Crab, but again, here she's so much faster to go towards the ropes in the
Mhm,
Boston Crab than she was in the laying sharpshooter.
mhm.
Um, Myla ends up sending Nao into the ropes, hits the hip attack in the ropes, and follows it up with a twist and shout for 2 before tagging out to Bozilla. This is where Bozilla comes in, hits the 3 amigos to Nao Ishikawa for 2. Then she gets kicked by Nane from the apron, but she just turns and just forearms the shit out of her, dropping Nane off the apron and then sentons the crap out of Nao. I was like, oh, jeez. Nane
Mhm.
does eventually get into the match. She's trading strikes with Bozilla at center. Bozilla getting the better of the exchange, but Nane gets Bozilla down, like wrestles her down, gets her in a crossface, but Bozilla does get to the ropes. Um,
That was impressive. To be
mhm,
able to get Bozilla to the ground and pick her up and snap her into something,
mhm. Well,
bruh.
it's not even the fact that she wasn't like she had hit her with a move to drop her. She
Mhm.
literally was having not great
Just
effect
drop
with her strikes. She had to like wrestle her down.
yeah.
Yeah.
She had to force her. She had anything that you do with Bozilla, you have to force because she's not gonna move for you. There's no way.
No. Bozilla's getting these shoulders to the gut in the corner, then hits a second rope drop kick for 2 at one point. I was like, oh, Bozilla up to second. Nanae fights off a double team, and her and Neo end up hitting Myla with this backdrop neck breaker, but Bozilla stops the pin. The end of the match comes. Bozilla picks up Myla, goes to throw her at Nanae, and she kind of misses her, like she kind of clipped her, but Nanae got out of the way mostly. And Myla gets sent to Bozilla gets sent to the floor. Neo hits Myla with the Angel's Wings, and Nanae falls with a running kick for 2. Nanae then hits a sliding lariat on Myla Grace for the win.
And what a sliding lariat. Holy hell, she hit hard.
You style right there.
Not only that, but like it's like she was saving that for Bozilla, but Bozilla wasn't there, so she got the Bozilla strength. Like, yeah, yikes. But like, I am very much also behind Bozilla and Myla Grace. I enjoyed the combination of them. They were adorable because you have this like unquestionable, indomitable, immovable force in Bozilla, and then you have this just like adorableness, but like good speed and strikeability coming out of Myla Grace. It's a really good combination for a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have Nanae and Now. You got that like fire, that passion, that striking, strong ability of Nanae, and that speed and strength of Now. It just, she's so passionate. And I'm not even referring to Nanae in this. I'm referring to Now. Now Ishikawa is just like so 110,000% invested in MariGold and invested in wrestling. Like her outfit has MariGold branding all over it. It's got the logo on her knee. Like she is so marketable also. I mean, look at her. She's adorable. I don't know if you've been following their Instagram, Andre, but like she's one of the girls who does a lot of talking on it. She's involved in a lot of their content making. And obviously, I mean, there's a reason why. She's very, very good at what she does. Very, very good talker, very, very good wrestler, and so passionate and talented. You couldn't not team her up with Nanae and not expect victory. And I definitely felt in this match, they had to like they went through a couple different processes where they're like, okay, let's do this. Okay, this didn't work. Let's try this now. Okay, this didn't work. Let's try this now. And it was pretty much a match of eliminating possibilities and trying to figure out how to get Bozilla out of the way. And it ended up working for them in the long run. The tag division in MariGold has more hope for it right now than NJPW.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that scares me a little bit. Gato, fix it.
Yeah. But Ross is doing a good job, man. He's doing a good job putting this company together. And again, I know he has help from Nanae and I can't remember one of the other founders from Stardom Days. One of the other people that helped out in Stardom. Both of them are with him now. And I know
I always forget her name.
But they're all involved in the backstage putting everything together. And again, I know, and I have a feeling that he's not the kind of guy that's just gonna be like, it's my way or the highway. I'm pretty sure he's using and working with these ladies to really build a promotion around it, while still being 100%. The guy, while still being it all. The buck stops with him, but unlike a certain Khan, he takes input from other people and uses that way to help him book his promotions. I believe, anyways.
Oh, you mean he's making actual smart decisions that's not going to result in his talent wanting to abandon ship after a couple of months because they don't feel that there's anything being done with them?
Yeah.
Japanese wrestling update this week is going to be fun. Because if y'all thought my intimidation or my making fun of Tony Khan a few weeks ago was funny, hot diggity dog, y'all are in for a treat this week.
She's never worked for that company, technically. She was there for CMLL in New Japan. So
yeah, but decisions were made, and you know where those decisions came from, and as a result, they have lost a massive opportunity there.
She was never going there because of a certain big old douchebag, but we'll talk about that on Friday. There's a big old douchebag in the company is the reason she would have never gone to AEW.
Just
no,
what?
but no. I'm just saying there is one main big old douchebag in that company is the reason she would never sign with AEW. But we'll talk about that on Friday.
We're gonna have to talk about that after this because I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into the main event. Yeah, we'll talk after the show. Mm-hmm. Main event is the 6-woman tag. It is Team Star, Mai Sakurai, Mirai, and Utami Hayashishita versus the next wave of Chika, Goto, Kouki, Amarei, and Miku Aono.
Yes.
I made those names up, BT Dubs. They're not real names. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that would have been announced.
Yeah. Well,
but what I do
Star
love is
for a reason.
I mean, it makes sense, right? It does make sense to me. I wasn't able to catch some of them just because I was doing other things, couldn't really hear. But like the Team Star, as you're calling them, all different names now, like little like nicknames. So you know how like the fighting Hanan, for example, is the young lioness. I did hear that Mirai, Mai, and Utami are now all being called different names, and I wish I could hear them because I want to know what they are. Because especially Mirai, one of my favorites.
I'm hoping for this coming Saturday with the Summer Destiny event with English commentary from Stu Fulton and Sonny Gutierrez. Because this show is happening before the Noah event. The timing does work out. So I'm hoping to hear them and hear what their names are properly on that show.
Same. Take us into it, my friend.
So the really good exchanges, they would pair off early on, like coming in, each person coming in. It was Utami and Goto. It was Mirai and Kouki, or Mirai and Kouki, and then it was Mirai and Aono because they're still fighting in that United National tournament, and then it was Mai and Kouki. It was Kouki and Mai, yeah. But a really good exchange, especially Mirai and Aono, because those two have just. Because again, they've been battling for so long. Their exchange was just perfection.
Another story-based girl. Sorry to interrupt, but like another story base where they are effortlessly telling us a story without saying a single fracking word. And like Mirai, I've always called the quiet riot. She's always been that girl who shows up and shows out, but doesn't really say a lot. She just sits there smiling and takes a lot of shit. We saw that in Stardom, especially with Nanae and you. Not you, but you. When Mirai and Amisore were fighting with 7-Up. We saw this a lot where she would just sit there and like take attacks from Nanae and just they're smiling about it, you know. Now we're seeing this different kind of side of Mirai where she's doing these more subtle things and she's doing more like there's that one point where they just went through all of their stuff and then they just stopped and they were about to hit each other and they had that few seconds stare down and it was all we needed was just a 5-second little stare down of like, am I going to hit you? Are we going to hit each other? No, we're gonna
move on.
Back off. Yeah, I love the subtle storytelling. I love it.
Yeah. So Mai ends up getting Goto into the ropes, hits a boot in the ropes, attacks the arm, then rolls her out, and then rolls her around on the mat and gets her into the Paradise Lock in the weirdest way I've ever seen somebody do that. It was really good, though.
I liked the attempt at the setup. What I didn't like was how it didn't work, and the camera didn't change its angle to make it look like it worked. Because you could very obviously see that Goto's right arm was not trapped in anything. She was just working at that point. And I was like, frick, just move the camera a little bit. Just a little to the left.
Well, the problem was at least the feed I watched was pure hard cam. It was all from the one camera. So there was no
Oh, I didn't watch that. I had everything in a room.
Oh, no, I watched one where it was all hard. The hard cam moved and everything and zoomed in and out. But there was no like ringside camera for the version I watched.
Oh, Oh, we watched two different versions. Interesting. Yeah, because like the camera that I had, the feed was right there, and I'm like, I can clearly see her hand is not trapped.
Oh, you could see it. You could see it from the wider angle too. You could see it wasn't like perfect, but
Oh my god, that's worse.
yep.
I didn't think it could get worser.
Yeah,
Lo
it
and
wasn't.
behold,
I don't think it was as bad as a zoomed in shot, but yeah,
I saw that and I was just like, no, just move the camera. I don't want to see that because it
yeah,
looks like such a cool setup.
yeah. So, Mai's team's all in. They hit the triple drop kick to break the hold. This is where Aono's team, or not Aono's team, Goto's or Kouki's team all come in. They're all again, they triple team my Sakurai. Again, really good match throughout. Like, I'm trying to go from note to note here. Utami stops a double team, attacks both Goto and Aono in the corner. It is this beautiful double drop kick to both and gets a 2 on Aono. Kouki hits this like big boot to Utami in the ropes, and then Utami falls to the mat. So she just like gets up, and it's just this like falling splash, but it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah. Like I feel like because of how tall she is, that it's like kind of like Lady C kind of thing, where it's just like
Mm,
she's just falling from that height differential and it makes it. But the way she does it, it looks really cool. I like it.
yeah. Utami and Kouki are reversing each other. Utami gets her Olympic slam, tags up to MIRAI, who comes in and hits a drop kick off the top for 2. Kouki fights back, hits this beautiful pump kick to the face of MIRAI. Looks so good.
Hmm.
Later in the match, there's just pure chaos. Everyone's attacking each other. And can't remember who it was, gets planted, or Goto gets planted in the corner. MIRAI gets her Vader bomb elbow drop out of the corner for 2. Looked really good. MIRAI hits a huge lariat, but the pin gets broken up. She trades strikes with Aono, comes in, and Aono hits her with a Rainmaker. And Kouki and Goto hit this dual elevated slam to MIRAI, but Goto can only get 2. She falls with a spin out, like she had him up in a power slam position and spun her down into like a sidewalk slam. Looked
Hmm.
really good. MIRAI reverses a slam into the Miramare lock. And as Goto's getting towards the rope, she rolls him back to center, steps over, and the referee calls for the bell. But MIRAI will not let go until Aono comes in and boots her in the face.
That was the kill switch.
Yeah.
That was the stop button on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
Holy man. Do you have anything else to say for the match before I get into it?
Also, there was a great spot where Goto pulls MIRAI off the top, carries her to center, and just goes into the giant swing. That spot was really good.
Yes. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to mention is that I love Kouki Amarei's outfit. Very, it's purple, so obviously I'm going to be partial to it. But she has this like, first of all, a crushed velvet kind of look, so it looks really cool. But she also has, I don't know if you realize this, matchup. She's wearing a skirt.
Mm.
She's wearing like the little, they look like shorts on the back, but in the front it's kind of got that little drapery.
Mm.
Makes it look like a skirt. I like it. It's very unique. It's very cool. It's like very near and dear to my heart because it reminds me of like my high school years when jorts were a thing. So pretty too. Like she's so pretty and so good, so
Mm.
crisp. Um, Aono was just on fire in this match. She was gunning for blood, especially with Mirai with their feud that they got going on. But of course I have to talk about my girl, Utami. Uh, I have been missing seeing her more regularly, but I love what I'm seeing of her out of MariGold. Again, I feel like despite her push and positive push in Stardom, I feel like we were getting a watered down version of these women because we always saw Mai doing that Paradise Lock in Stardom, but we've never seen her do that, like, we're going to call it the kooky one. No, have no relation to Kouki. But it's a different kind of roly-poly-oly version of the Paradise Lock that we've never even seen Sonata do. Have I even seen Milano? I don't think I've seen Milano do that either. So it's like it's super cool. It's a refreshing, we'll say, modernization on modernization. Maybe like what would be the equivalent of like raising social status?
Monetization? I don't know.
Monetization of the Paradise Lock.
I don't know.
I wanted to say like a ladyship version or like a. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. But yeah, I definitely feel like maybe we were getting a watered down version, maybe a safe version of what these women were capable of doing, especially Mirai. It's really like it's like she was a different person in Stardom versus MariGold, and I'm kind of living for it. I love watching these women evolve. What I really enjoyed though was there was one part when Utami did come in and she got her hands on Goto. She just yeeted her around in the Utami way, just here, there, and everywhere, just bouncing her off everything. I love it when Utami power flexes in her matches, especially when she feels she has to. And I feel like she felt she had to because she had the competition of getting attention essentially from Mirai and Aono. So that was kind of the feud that was really on display in this match. Yeah, two and shout out Fitz. These are my dogs over here. Anyway, now they just throw me completely off. Yeah, Utami was fighting for attention essentially in this match because again, the feud between Mirai and Aono is kind of taking center stage in here, and the other four women were just kind of, I feel, there to kind of fill that spot. But girls, did these girls fill that spot amazingly? Am I unable to get that Paradise Lock? Oh, okay. There was one point where Aono and Utami were in the ring together, and Utami just planted her with a sliding lariat. And that sliding lariat that Utami does is just so good because it just really folds you up, and she can just stop, grab your leg, and put you in a pin just so quickly, effortlessly. I loved how it looked. The last thing I wanted to mention is there was a double corner splash and double drop kick done by Utami, where it was, I believe, Goto and Amarei in the corner, and then Utami did a splash on them, grabbed them by the hair, pulled them out, bounced off the ropes, hit them with a double drop kick. It's just so damn good. All of these women put on such a show. When I see bigger matches like this in the main event, I don't know why, but in like North America, matches like this tend to be a bad thing when they're in the main event because you know it's going to be a clusterfuck and you know that it's going to end stupidly and usually with somebody doing something stupid. Not the case in Japan. If you're going into a Japanese show, whether it's Stardom, whether it's NJPW, whether it's MariGold, whether it's DDT, whether it's Noah, if you are going into a tag match at the end of the show, it is going to be a fracking banger. And you know that it's going to be a show stealer. And this absolutely was, because until this match, Nozaki and CHIAKI versus Showzuki and Matsui was my match of the night.
That one still is for me, but
I mean, yeah, I still was very excited to see it, but this one was, you start pulling in all the list of stuff that these girls did. Brilliant.
Brillante. Brillante.
Brillante. I can't say that one. Why do I want to say that? Brillante.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
What is that from? That's the second time I've heard that today. What is that from?
Community.
Someone has been putting that on like Game of Thrones shit late today. And I'm like, what does this even mean?
I know it from
What?
Community because it's part of the. It's like on the first couple episodes of Community, they're learning Spanish and they have to know these 5 phrases, and one of them is "Donde está la biblioteca?" and "Where is the library?" But
Why do we care where the library is?
I just throw it in the random conversation now. It's more fun that way.
Oh man, what a show! This was a great show, sir. This is a great show.
Oh, what's it ever? I had a blast watching this one, and then
Yeah, me too.
we're gonna be back within a day or so with some Stardom too, because Mel
Yes.
watched a Stardom event yesterday that I got to watch today, so that we can review it tomorrow and it come out on the next day. So yeah,
It was so bad. I watched the main event today while I was at the gym warming up, and then I had to keep watching it because it lasted a little bit longer than 10 minutes, which is great. Oh my God, a main event that lasted more than 10 minutes. Andre, how amazing is that?
I don't
Is
know
my
what you're referring
sarcasm
to.
coming through?
I don't know what you're referring to, but okay.
I mean, I'm just saying I would have liked to see Royce Isaacs longer than 10 minutes.
That was about 15.
That's still not long enough. Still not long enough.
Oh, nothing's ever long enough with you. I mean matches. That's all I meant. That's all I meant. Get your mind out of the gutter, you.
Never. Never. Ah, we are unhinged. It is too hot.
I'm nice and cool in my AC house, so I'm good.
You.
You can
Meanwhile, I'm
find
sitting
me.
here sweating my lady balls off.
You have balls, gross.
Lady balls.
But
Kouki.
But speaking of lady balls, you can find me on the X at that Canada guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk, or right here on our channel, youtube.com/ at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. I don't know why I said it like that.
Oh my God.
It was more fun to say it that way because I don't post anything other than sharing her stuff and random crap. I don't post anything about lady balls, so I don't know why the hell I said that. Go check out Bam Weekly over on their Facebook page. Check them out over there. Things will be coming from them sooner or later. We'll keep you informed when we're going to start dropping our audio on their channel. You can find me over on twitch.tv/our local establishment. Check us out also at youtube.com/ at our local establishment. Check out, so as we record this, I'm going live tonight to talk about Age of Ultron with my boy Ol Ed on Marvel Talks MCU Rebound. Check that out. Check out the replay on our YouTube page. You can check that out. We really would appreciate it. Let's go check that out. You can also find us over at youtube.com/ at Backbreaker Video or Mike Simulcast. All our stuff 1 week later. You can also find him live over at twitch.tv/ Mike the Ref, where he has his AEW watch alongs every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-view Sunday. So check him out with that. And then the rest of the week, he's playing games all the time. All those games. And you can check out replays of those at youtube.com/ at Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find content from him, Mr. PJC, that guy right there, Mr. Rick Jules, and their frequent guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. I'm glad that I can do that now without pain. We love Kayla J here.
I could do that all the time, and no pain.
Look at you with your non-dislocated shoulders and your tendons that like you and your nerves that don't hate you.
Melbo, where can they find you?
Apparently at a hospital.
Yeah. At least it's not in the lady balls.
I mean, if you can find the lady balls, you'll probably find me in there too. That'll be a journey and a half for you. We're not going to say that dirty joke. If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishments programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy over here every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless not. And then we'll let you know. Time. Then we will let you know on social media. This week we are going live again because we have nothing to do on a Friday night because I think RCW is going to be in Lloydminster or Strathmore or somewhere.
Yeah,
we have no wrestling.
And we still have nothing better to do than that.
But watch more wrestling because we keep finding more wrestling. Like your girl's been watching DDT. Now she's watching Noah. We have Stardom. We have MariGold. We have NGPW coming up soon with the G1.
We got a couple Sendai Girl shows this weekend that are involving some people we need to see.
We have Top Talent coming up with a show soon too, because we're going to be catching that later in the month. We have LPW at the end of the month. We have so many RCW. There's so much wrestling. We complain, but we love it. Well, I complain. No one listens, but I complain. So anyway, Japanese Wrestling Update. It's going to be on Friday at 8 p.m. Live too, I believe.
Mountain time.
What did I say?
You said 8 p.m. I'm just letting everyone know. It's on Mountain Standard Time. So 10 Eastern.
That Mountain Time. You can also find me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We're having a show coming out this week because, as we mentioned earlier in the show, we have ish to talk about. We are recording it tonight. It will be out Friday before our Japanese Wrestling Update. So stay tuned to our socials to see when that bad boy is coming out. If you're wanting to watch some MariGold wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is WrestleUniverse.com. Andre, how much is it? 999 yen?
Yep.
And approximately
like 14.50
10?
Somewhere. Well, 10 American. 10 American!
But it's more like $14 Canadian. There he is.
I was messing
there
with
he
you.
Is. There he is.
I was messing with you.
Back to
Say
reality.
his name and he appears. Sean
Look at
Spears.
everybody. It's Sean Spears. Love Sean Spears. I ran into him at the gym once. So nice. Anyway, $14 Canadian, you said, sir?
Somewhere around there.
That's still an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. And on Wrestle Universe, you get more than just MariGold. You get a bunch of the stuff that we just mentioned. You get MariGold. You get Noah. You get DDT. You get Sendai Girls. You get... What's the other ones? There's another one.
Which ones did you say?
Noah, DDT, Sendai Girls, MariGold. There's
more.
7 that
and more.
And more. There are 7 organizations that I counted on there yesterday. I just don't remember what all of them are. It's amazing price for $14 to watch all of that amazing Japanese wrestling. So
DDT, Noah, Tokyo Joshi Pro, Gan Pro, MariGold, Sendai Girls, Michinoku Pro, and Real 01 is on there now. So 8 promotions.
Yes. Lots of wrestling, you guys. Check it out. Some of them are a little questionable. Some of them are really, really fun. Some of the questionable stuff is happening within some of the shows that are really, really fun too. So go check out WrestleUniverse.com. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to thank y'all so very much for supporting us here. Oh, I can get rid of that ticker. I want to thank y'all for supporting us here. We really do appreciate all the great support. Please check out BAM Weekly. We'll be heading over there with our audio in the coming future. Once things are set up over there, you'll be able to catch all of our Japanese wrestling content on BAM Weekly and possibly even some of our shop talks too. Might pop up over there too. So there. And if you're watching us on our YouTubes, whether it's Backbreaker video, whether it's Andre Melba Wrestling Talk, thank you so very, very much for all the great support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below because we want to hear from you. We love talking to you. We just want to know your opinions about professional wrestling. Also, don't forget to share us out to all your friends, family, and prickly little cactuses that exist in this world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
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 And that being said, I am your Malva. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Arrivederci.